I kicked my fiancé out after his joke, revealed a sinister plot to baby trap me and control my life. Plus 2 updates. I, 23 female, made a post a couple of days ago here, talking about a joke my fiancé made at Thanksgiving, which concerned me. That post got taken down, it was locked. This is a repost and an update. I, 23 female, have been with my fiancé, 26 male, for 3 years. We met while I was on holiday, and a few weeks after, he followed me on Instagram, and the rest is history. We got engaged last year, and a month later, we found out I was pregnant. We now have a beautiful 6-month-old baby. We hosted Thanksgiving this year, and my fiancé was drinking quite heavily. After dinner, my mom and I were talking about the wedding, which my parents are paying for. I overheard my fiancé tell my brother, who was just as drunk as him, that he needed to tie me down and get me pregnant before I realized what a jerk he was. They laughed it off, but it rubbed me the wrong way. Our baby was not planned. I was not ready for a child, and we were using condoms. But after a few instances where the condom broke, I decided it would be safer if I got on birth control. The first month on birth control, I got pregnant. We were told that could happen, and he said he would pull out to be safe, but I still got pregnant. I was scared as heck, but I personally did not want to get an abortion. I 100% believe in the right to get an abortion, I just did not want one myself, so I decided to keep the baby. I work for my dad's company, and my fiancé works at a country club. Money was not necessarily why I did not want a baby. I just wanted to do more before I started a family. I spoke to my fiancé about what he said, and at first, he said he did not remember saying it, which was believable because of how drunk he was. But then he said it was just a joke, and it was meant as a compliment because I am so amazing. So I said, okay, good, because we are getting a prenup. I was just joking, but I also wanted to see how he reacted, and he was pissed off. He said, why the heck would I sign a prenup? We have a baby together, a house together, and I will not sign one. We would not need one because we are never separating, and me mentioning a prenup is insulting and emasculating. We had closed on a house, but we are staying at my apartment until the lease is up. I never felt threatened or anything like that, but he did make me uncomfortable, and he woke our baby up. So I told him to leave, which he did. The day after I kicked him out, he sent me a long, apologetic message about how it was out of character for him to get loud. Which it was, he had never acted like that before. I replied saying, I appreciate the apology, but I still just need a day or two to think everything through. The next day, he sent a bouquet to the apartment. On Sunday, he sent me a booking confirmation of a massage he booked for me at the club, and offered to come over to watch our son and cook dinner. Tonight, he sent me a message saying that I am being an asshole, and that I am taking a meaningless joke to heart, and that he is wasting money he could be saving for the wedding on the hotel. But now, things that went over my head before, I am starting to think are suspicious. Yet breaking up my family over this does not seem right. Am I overthinking this or being an asshole? Update. A lot of people were asking for context. When I said I wanted a prenup at the time, I was not being serious. Maybe I was being an asshole, trying to get a reaction. But based on the 3 years we had been together, I would have never imagined he would react the way he did. Why did the joke bother me so much? About a year ago, he lost his job. He was never really clear why. For the next 3 or 4 months, he did not really do much. He said he was trying to figure out what he wanted to do next, and that was the first time he brought up having kids, indicating that he was ready. We had a candid conversation, on my part, about how I wanted kids, just not anytime soon. I enjoy my job, I had trips planned, and I wanted to be married first. He agreed with me that we should wait 3 or 4 years. My dad's company got a contract at the club, which is how he got his job there. But during the time he was out of work, my friends would joke that he was a stay-at-home boyfriend, and that I am the provider, and he would be a stay-at-home dad, because I was paying the bills and rent by myself. Which at the time did not bother me. I used to live there by myself before we got together, so it was not a big deal. But I guess it was them that first made me question things. To be honest, I do not know how long the condoms were breaking. A lot of people are saying they have never had them break, and I cannot say I remember it ever happening before. I noticed the first time that it looked like it had split, and then I checked it the next time, and that was also broken. That is when I decided to get an IUD. He did not want me to get an IUD, he sent me a few things where people's IUDs went wrong. And yeah, I probably should have gone with my gut, but he convinced me the pill would be the best option. I did not know this, wow. I never even considered him doing anything like that. I take them like clockwork, so it definitely was not that I missed a day or anything like that. I know we should have continued using condoms, but he said he had run out and that I am on the pill and do not need them. In hindsight, yes, I should have insisted we still use them, but I chose not to have that battle. I thought we would be okay. He knew my opinion on abortion and that I would not get one. If I got pregnant, I would raise the baby unless it was for a medical reason. Money-wise, my family is successful. I work for my dad's company. I have 2 trust funds, one of which I got at 18. Before I fell pregnant, I was making plans to start my own house flipping business, but I decided to put that on hold. I still work from home on flexible hours, but he has said once we are married, he wants me to stop working so I can focus on our kids, and that he will support us. But I have never really liked that idea, mainly because, although I have never had to worry about money, my parents always taught us the importance of financial stability, and my mom always said to never be financially dependent on anyone. Plus, my fiancé's current salary, I am not sure, would cover all of our expenses. He knows about the trust fund. He was at my brother's 18th birthday, where my dad told my brother not to spend all his money at once, and he asked if all the siblings got one, which we did. Also, he has been quite blunt in that he does not think I could do both effectively. And after our son was born, he said he did not want a large age gap between kids. The only reason why I have not told my dad is because they have a good relationship, and I do not want to blow everything up over an overreaction on my part. Update. I, 23 female, made a post last week about a joke my fiancé, 26 male, made at Thanksgiving while drunk. For everyone that has not seen my older post, he joked that he got me pregnant to tie me down. I did not know what to make of it, so I posted here to get outside opinions. I did not want to initially talk to my friends or family about it, because they are all quite close to him, and I did not want to make a mountain out of a molehill and cause rifts in their relationships. Yesterday, we had a conversation about where I was at, but he said he could not go back to the hotel because they kicked him out for smoking in the room. He stopped smoking while I was pregnant, but he said I was stressing him out, so he had to stay at the apartment. While I was on the phone with one of my friends in the bedroom, he came in and took the phone off me and told me to come and eat. I did not expect him to literally come and take it out of my hand. He gave it back when I came out of the room. He just did it to get my attention. While we were eating, he said that he understood what I said and that things need to change for us to move forward. He then proceeded to list all the things I needed to do to make things better. His tone, the whole conversation, was just making me uneasy. I texted my dad saying that he was making me uncomfortable when he was not looking. I went to check on the baby, and when I came back, I saw him take my keys out of my purse, but I did not say anything. He took my silence as agreement to everything he said, and went to bed, instead of sleeping on the couch as we had agreed, like everything was normal. I stayed in the living room, and my dad, bless him, drove 6 hours to come and get us. My dad got to the apartment around 5 this morning while my fiancé was still sleeping, and we left. Also, I left with none of my stuff, only essentials for my son. I will have to go back, but my dad said he and my brother will go today. My son and I are at my parents' house now. My fiancé has been blowing up my phone since this morning. I sent a text to him as we were driving off, saying he was not respecting the fact that I needed space and time to just figure everything out. So he could stay in the apartment, and I will stay at my parents'. We have not officially broken up or called the wedding off. My parents, who have paid for it, have said that they do not care if I want to call it off, but I feel bad. My parents said that they did not like how we were getting so serious too fast, or how he moved into my apartment. But then I got pregnant, so they did not want to seem unsupportive. This morning, my mom has been canceling things. The wedding is off. But I just want to say thank you to everyone who replied to my original post and private messaged me. I did not think people would care about me. I feel like every option I have is bad. The thought of being a single mom is scary. If my fiancé's behavior gets worse, that would be terrible. If we cancel the wedding and cost my parents thousands of dollars, I will feel guilty. And if we break up altogether, we just got a house together, we are both on the mortgage, we have joint accounts, and I have been with him since I was 19. Being without him for good is also scary. I had the first honest and open conversation with my mom for the first time in a long time, and I feel so different and so much better. My head was a mess. Reddit probably was not the best place to talk about it, but it is anonymous, and it felt good to get it out.